In this 1 hour training video, I will show you how you can go from 10 million per year to over 25 million per year in 2025 and add a few million to your net worth. We will cover all of the important steps, and this video is the outline of the exact growth process that we do with all of our clients that helps them scale to over 25 million per year while increasing marketing efficiency and profitability. So enjoy this video. I'm going to link it down below, and you will get access to all of the trainings, SOPs, and resources mentioned in this, and hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and now let's get straight into this. This is how to go from 10 million to 25 million per year in 2025 and add a few million to your net worth. My name is Weische. I'm the author of this thesis, and if you're interested in working with my firm, then you can click on this link to schedule a demo session. The abstract of this is this document is going to outline the growth process that helps our clients scale to over 25 million per year while increasing marketing efficiency and profitability. So if you're an 8-figure brand owner and follow these steps, this will make you at least $1 million bare minimum. If you want to take the fast track to success and get this implemented from a firm with a stellar track record, you know where to find me. And these are just some screenshots I took from the Shopify dashboards of our clients, where you can see them doing 25 or even sometimes over 35 million per year with a nice 150, 127%, so over a 2x growth rate year to year. So if you follow this is going to help you scale from 10 million to 25 million per year. So quick context and proof. So before we get into this, just so you know who's going to present this to you, and you can decide for yourself whether or not you're going to follow these steps. But my name is Weische. I've built my firm Accelerated into the most sought after CRO agency in the entire e-commerce industry. We work with brands like AG1, Huel, Alex Hormozy, DOD, Kino Buddy, More Nutrition, ESN, Vessi, Oliver Cabell, and Coconut Beauty. Alex Hormozy, as you can see here in the picture, was so happy with the work that we did for him that he invited us to his office and now wants us to work on his portfolio brands. Different industry leaders and the biggest marketing events worldwide invite us to share our cutting-edge strategies with their audiences. This includes Founder, ClickFunnels, Giga Dubai, Vital Live, Affiliate World, just one of the many pictures that you can see here, AdWorld, Alex Vertov's ESS Mastermind, just to name a few. Over 204 e-commerce brands at 8 or 9-figure revenue, hundreds of millions generated. Our track record is not even funny. We have brands that do over $100 million per quarter that hire us to improve their funnel efficiency, scalability, and bottom line profits. Just what you can see here. 1st August to November 25, this brand did over 121 million euros in sales. We have countless 8-figure brands that add 20 to 60% to their revenue in less than 6 months. You can see a brand here increasing their conversion rate from 1.7 to 2% in 6 months and doing over $19 million in this period. Another brand increased their conversion rate by 26%, scaled to multiple 8-figure run rate, and is exit ready. You can see just in these months from May to August did over 6 million in sales again in this 1 quarter. Another brand just in April did over 1.57 million with 20% profit. We helped them basically go from 930K per month with 12% to over 1.57 million per month with 20% profit in 60 days. Another brand, we helped them scale from 35,000 per day to over 75,000 per day in 3 months. And then another brand, this brand also went from 2.3 million to now over 3.4 million per month in just 3 months, what you can see here. We publish new case studies every single month on YouTube, which you can find on my YouTube channel. And if you still want to see more references, feel free to just click on the website of my firm or my personal website, which is basically an endless scroll of testimonials, of case studies, which you can see here. Feel free to take the time just to kind of go through these, see the testimonials. These are all happy customers of ours that work together with us and make video testimonials of the work and the results that they've experienced, which you can see here. It's basically an endless scroll of happy customers. So now that we got all of this section out of the way, so let's get started talking about the current market situation, because this is the whole basis of this thesis and we have to be really aware of what happens in the market so we can act accordingly. First of all, I want to start with a quick quote from my bachelor thesis. Entrepreneurship is the process of creating something new of value by investing the necessary time and effort, assuming the associated financial, psychological, and social risks, and receiving the resulting rewards. This is a quote that I took from my bachelor thesis, where I basically analyzed the psychology and character traits of successful entrepreneurs. Probably also super interesting for you. You can just check it out here. So, as a founder, at an 8-figure level, you're now just 1 inch away from reaching escape velocity if you play your cards right. You don't really want to waste the next 5 years operating at a high level without quote-unquote making it. You're actually able to take this goal down with a couple well-coordinated punches and skip 5 years of excellence. And as a founder of a brand with more than $10 million in yearly revenue, you've also already established initial proof of concept for your product and marketing channels, and you've made it into the pond of the bigger fish. You've achieved initial cash flow and lifestyle upgrades, and while that's all great, it's still far from escape velocity. The challenges and objectives for you as the founder shift from validating your business case in the initial proof of concept with paid acquisition and product to now scaling efficiently and profitably. Capital binding factors like overheads, inventory, ad spend are forcing functions for quick cash flow realization, which means you have to make money on the front end to scale further. Which is also why you have to shift from the nitty-gritty stuff like validating new creatives, audiences, or channels to the bigger picture, which is how much can you effectively spend to acquire new customers? And even more importantly, can you spend more money than your competition who is going for the same audience? Nothing is worse than having the superior product but being bullied from a competitor who optimizes paid acquisition funnels and is able to outspend you and afford higher CPAs. And I'm going to repeat a phrase that has been repeated by many of the most successful marketers of all time, including Dan Kennedy and Michael Masterson. He or she who can afford to spend the most to acquire new customer wins. And this is so true, because if you can afford to spend more than your competitors to acquire a new customer, then you will get all of the customers. So whoever can spend the most wins. Now, if we put this in the context of the current market situation that we're in, with dozens of layoffs from all of the big tech giants, consumer sentiment index going down, and the e-commerce growth rate declining, we basically have just a lot of different factors that are stressing almost everyone and forced adaptation. And it's really the survival of the fittest. Nowadays, everyone is saying, hey, I wish I had the CPAs from 5 years ago. A common sentence in 2029 will be, I wish I had the CPAs from 2024. So, meaning this is just going to become more expensive. Making money is about making time, and you can beat time in e-commerce through volume and efficiency. The problem with volume, meaning a high scale, is that you have to have a profitable customer acquisition machinery. But as said, the ad costs are ever rising. So you will hit the limit soon, especially because you target colder audiences that are less aware if you want to scale higher. And while there's still some scale effect left in 2024, the product and shipping costs are still rising. So if you spend more money on the product, you also need to lower your customer acquisition costs to keep your profit margin constant. But as said, ad costs are ever rising. The recession and inflation eat the buying power away, and competition is increasing the hour. And the core thesis that this whole document is based on is that the only way to beat this race and end up as the winner in this whole competition is by improving efficiency. Because more efficiency allows us to scale to more volume, more profitably in less time. Meaning constantly higher conversion rates from the first impression up to the retention. And I just quickly want you to take a look at this conceptual formula that I put to drive the point home. If you, as the founder, want to have a higher probability to reach escape velocity, meaning you want to make more profit in less time, you need to have more traffic, you need to have more orders, meaning a higher conversion rate, you want to have more margin per order, meaning higher average order value, and you want to have more lifetime orders from your customers, meaning higher customer lifetime value. And just quickly want to spend some time to drive this point home. Now, I've put down 3 different scenarios of a brand. Let's say you spend $750,000 per month in ad spend and you have a $2 CPC. Now, basically what I did is break down these KPIs for you. So this would translate into 375,000 people on your website. Let's say you have a 5% conversion rate, meaning around 18,750 orders. Let's say you have a $75 average order value. This would leave you with around 1.4 million in revenue. Let's say you have front-end margins, gross margins of 80%. That would leave you with 375,000 in profits. Now let's say with exactly these numbers, so conversion rate, AOV, everything stays the same, you increase your ad spend by 20% to $900,000 per month, which means you would increase the traffic. Conversion rate stays the same, you would increase the orders, and you would increase your revenue to now $1.687 million in revenue, and you would also increase your profits from $375,000 to $450,000. Now let's look at a third scenario where we don't touch the ad spend. Ad spend stays the same, but we just increase the conversion rate by 10% and the average order value by 10%. Now with the same ad spend in scenario 1, we now get $1.7 million in monthly revenue, and now we get $611,000 in profits. And you can see that without increasing the ad spend, just by increasing the conversion KPIs, in all of these scenarios, we have the highest revenue and the highest profits, right? Which is really, really, really strong. And I hopefully drive the point home. So your company evaluation in e-commerce is heavily based on the conversion rate optimization KPIs. So the conversion rate, average order value, revenue per user, and customer lifetime profit. If you focus on these for the next 12 months, you will take home 10 years of income at exit and find better buyers at higher prices and on better terms. If you don't fix them, you will only be receiving offers from VCs or private equity that squeeze out every penny out of your evaluation, give you horrible terms, and take your company away from you to collect the upside while leaving you with not enough to live off for the rest of your life and 100% of the risk in case of downside or bankruptcy, where you're not in control anymore and you would pay for the wrongfully made decisions since you had to agree to their terms due to lack of options. Nowadays, with the algorithms advancing, a monkey with a keyboard can buy traffic. Creative testing is becoming more and more like Russian roulette. Generating traffic isn't difficult. It's really all about conversions. If you think about the investors, they buy a company where they put $1 in and get back $2. It's so easy to put in $1 anything, but it's very hard to predictably make $2 back, especially at scale. So this really makes it a forcing function for profitable and capital efficient growth in a short period, because otherwise there's a statistically high risk that someone else will swallow your business. The greatest danger in the situation that you are in right now is to make the mistake and destroy the perfect trajectory that you want to reach escape velocity. Scaling to multiple 8 figures in yearly revenue in the current market situation means creating an artificial blue ocean and leveraging the accelerated growth model. And this is what I like to call the new model for capital efficient growth in 2025 and beyond. The blue ocean strategy is the simultaneous pursuit of differentiation and low cost to open up a new market space and create new demand. It is about creating and capturing uncontested market space, thereby making the competition irrelevant. It is based on the view that market boundaries and industry structures are not a given and can be reconstructed by the actions and beliefs of industry players. Meaning, the best companies utilize the blue ocean strategy to create a unique competitive advantage. And this is what we're going to focus on. But how can you create your own unique competitive advantage? By definition, market research won't help. You need to align the resonance of your channel with your communicated value proposition and USPs in a way that avoids revenue divergence or roller coasters. And then you need to acquire more and more customers that are less and less aware and interested in order to reach a high scale. The old way of making product market fit was quite simple. It was just, hey, let's just sell what people buy. People would choose products based on gut instincts and then use generic phrases for marketing. Or even worse, they would simply steal the USPs and value hypotheses of their competition and slap their own branding on it. Which is also why it was so easy back in the days to do solid numbers with the same products. Buying media on the different channels was so cheap that you could do profits with basic product market fit. Ads and creatives were stupid simple to run, and market giants had the leading position because they were first to market, not because they had cutting-edge advertising strategies. So if we look at the market today, as described above, we are in really unique circumstances with a fundamental shift in consumer behavior and other issues that have arisen as a result of iOS 14. The loss of data due to tracking means that costs are rising because we now have to spend more to get reliable data. And last but not least, we reached a certain level of market saturation because the amount of advertisers reached a pinnacle and consumers are bombarded by an oversupply of offers and products. The former blue ocean turns into a red ocean. For example, my good friend Davey Fogarty from the UDI told me recently that he attributes a lot of his success to the right timing and positioning back in 2018. Meaning he has first movers advantage in the market and got so far ahead of the curve that it's impossible to catch up to him now. But it also means that the trajectory of the brand would look completely different if started now going into 2025. And this ultimately means it is almost impossible to achieve success following the same footsteps, at least following strategies the old way. So to achieve sustainable success, we have to achieve competitive advantage. And there's basically 3 steps. The first steps we are going to talk about high level here. If you want to dive deep into them, I've linked the resource to both of them. And then the third one we are going to talk about in this document and in this video really in depth. So step number 1 is you need to create a code-friendly offer. This code-friendly offer is the most important thing you're going to do as a brand. It's basically leading to you being perceived as the only viable option. It leads to you not being comparable to anything else on the market, and it also leads to you being able to have the most expensive offer because you're not competing on price. Good examples from different client of ours, for example, AG1, they do this really well because they have this super unique positioning. They have this super high perceived value of their product because it's a bundle offer and you get all of this stuff together for just $79. Another great example from another client of ours is basically these nail clip-ons from this brand from Germany, where they also sell this huge set. What you can see here, you get so many products for just $59. So the perceived value is super high. Again, if you want to dive deeper into how to do this, just click on this document and it's going to take you through the exact step-by-step process of what is a code-friendly offer and how to build it yourself. It's basically, and it also shows you different case studies of how our clients have done it, right? So this is step number 1. You need to have a code-friendly offer. The second step is to build a high converting landing page where you have the code-friendly offer inside, right? So step 1, build a code-friendly offer. Step 2, build a high converting landing page where you can put in your code-friendly offer. Basically, just have a sales funnel with high conversions that is able to sustain high ad spend. Again, I've recorded a YouTube video for this, which you can watch here, right? You can just watch this YouTube video here, and this also includes a link to a complete breakdown of how to build these high converting landing pages. Now, step 3 is where we're going to focus on this document. It's basically maximizing funnel efficiency in marketing ROAS. So first of all, there's not really a push button solution. There's not a certain blueprint that will just catapult you from where you are to maximize conversions and average order value. So also our goal at our firm is to build this holistic approach sustainably and help the brands we work with to scale profitably in the long term. So the accelerated growth model that we're going to focus on in this document is really cutting-edge framework designed to drive sustainable growth for e-commerce brands. It's the results of years of experience, millions of dollars that we invested into this, and also hundreds of successful partnerships with direct-to-consumer brands. Now, at its core, it's built on the foundation of powerful data intelligence, full funnel optimization, and rapid CRO testing programs. By leveraging these 3 key pillars, we can achieve rapid and sustained growth even in the face of a highly competitive marketplace. And the key is its focus on mastering data and leveraging new technologies. So let's dive into the first activity. Now, the first thing is powerful data intelligence. The first thing we do in any partnership is generating powerful data intelligence. So basically, we build a solid foundation for data-driven decision-making and gain deep insights into the target audience. The outcome of this activity is that we have a well-integrated tech stack, a comprehensive data analysis, and a thorough understanding of the target audience. In the current market situation, you win if you use your data better than your competitors. You generate valuable data points on your website all day long. Which customer journey your users have, where users click, how they scroll, at which point they abandon the purchase process, and which pages are crucial for conversion. So it's really about making faster and better decisions with the highest probability of success and having a data-driven process. And we are doing this whole scenario on steroids because over the past 4 years, we have gained groundbreaking insights into customer data. We've basically consolidated all of the data from over 200 brands that we've worked with, over $4 billion in customer data points, and combined it in our data intelligence software. So this is also the reason why we know exactly what works for the biggest players in the industry in terms of their paid acquisition and funnels. For you, this means that you can see market trends before they happen and act accordingly. It also means that you're always one step ahead of your competition because you can use these insights of the world's biggest brands to your advantage. In the onboarding process, we typically set up this complete tracking solution individually for the brands that we work with and feed the data into our software. Now, if you have an 8-figure brand, you spend thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars a day, and you buy hundreds of thousands of impressions, you send tens of thousands of people to your website, and you have hundreds, if not thousands, of abandoned shopping carts. So let's just look at this brand that we onboarded in April this year. So basically they were already doing $2.4 million in sales per month. And here you can also see over 78,000 people added the product to their cart, but then also only 45,000 people converted at a $47 AOV. What does that mean? That we have over 33,000 add to carts that not convert at $47 AOV. So in step 1, we first carry out a big data analysis to close all gaps in the conversion process and push more people from adding to cart to then fulfilling the conversion process. In other words, we quickly get more money out of the existing setup. So let's say, just like this brands, you have 30,000 abandoned carts per month at a $50 AOV. That's $1.5 million per month in revenue that wasn't collected. And let's say you can only get 5 or 10% more of those to follow through with the checkout process. You will directly add another 7 figures in revenue per year. And this is exactly what we did with this brand. So we analyzed why they were abandoning the checkout process and didn't buy. We implemented those changes. And here you can see how the data changed, how the revenue changed and the conversion rate changed from April to May, right? Where we implemented the changes, you can see that the conversion rate went up by 8%. So now we have less abandoned carts, and you can see the revenue also increased from 2.38 million to 2.62 million, which is huge, right? So this traffic is already there. This means we need to get a crystal clear understanding of why users abandon the purchase process and where we need to optimize. Why we set up the data stream tech stack to collect valuable quantitative and qualitative data points. Many organizations have no data at all, or the data is flawed. And this is due to mistakes in tracking or data cleaning. Therefore, you have to set up targeted tracking to understand exactly how users are behaving. The 3 data streams needed to build something useful include market data, website data, and customer data. What I mean by that is we want you to understand what happens in the market before they're on the website, what happens on the website during the purchase journey, and what happens with your customers after they've bought. So most entrepreneurs have the basics covered. They understand how to build and how the technology works. However, they are missing how the technology applies in a way that makes it useful. And we really need all of those 3 data streams for a holistic understanding of the customer journey. So market data, I've explained the whole process in this video if you want to have a look at that. And basically what we like to do for market and competitor research is to pull every single aspect of the whole customer journey into flowcharts just to get a bird's eye view look at the customer journey. Basically everything that happens from the ads to the presale pages, retargeting ads, offer page until we buy. You can see this here, and I also really recommend this to you. Again, I've also linked this document here. Secondly, website data. Basically linked all of the SOPs that we have to setting them up, analyzing them from our internal trainings. What you can see here, the long story short is you want to have a solid setup with Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics, and user behavior tools like Hotjar, Microsoft Clarity. And again, I've linked all of the SOPs, what you can see here. I'm gonna just open them up quickly, just so you can understand the magnitude of this. It's literally 45-minute SOP how to set it up. This is our complete Notion document of the SOPs. you can see that all of these videos are basically 45 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes. This is again another 2-hour SOP. You can see another SOP on how to set up Hotjar. Basically everything you need to set this up. And then there's the customer data. I've also linked the SOP in terms of how to collect customer data and how to analyze it, which you can find here. So basically what you want to do, first things first, set up all of these data tracking tools to get market data, website data, customer data. And then as soon as enough data is available, you then need a data analyst to analyze the data and uncover low-hanging fruits and big leverage activities immediately. One big thing that we see a lot of times is, for example, site speed or technical problems. Again, another SOP if you want to improve site speed. And then another template that you can also give to your data analyst if you have one. With what we like to do is, for example, pull the data from GTM and GA into sheets like this, just to get a good understanding of big leverage activities and what we need to do in the beginning. And then basically, you also want to combine different data sources to get a holistic picture of user behavior on the site. So let's just dive into a quick example. I've also did this in a presentation at Geek Out Dubai. Great example is, for example, for this German fashion brand, they pushed all of the traffic to the homepage, and they basically thought, hey, if we push them on the homepage, they're just going to scroll down, find the products they like, buy the products. When we looked at the data, at the user recordings, we saw they didn't really scroll down. They rather opened the menu and then clicked on the collection they want to go to. And this was also supported by the Google Analytics data that you can see here. They would just directly click on these collections, and these are also getting all of the traffic. So then, for example, we said, okay, why don't we change the homepage and implement these 3 most clicked collections so they don't have to open the menu anymore, but they directly have the collections where they want to go to. And this, for example, increased conversion rate by over 16%. So this is just a quick example of how to combine different data sources. What we then do, basically we've built a software that connects to Google Analytics, Shopify and other tools via API, intersects all of the important data points of the business, puts them into the business, analyzes them, and we can then also leverage this new technology to automate data analysis and maximize efficiency. So what you can see here, for example, is we pull all of the data into these reports so we can get a good overview, we can get a good understanding of the demographics, of the different types of users, of how they interact with the page, where they come from, the different landing pages, how they perform. And then also, for me at least, the most interesting one is to have a really good look at the funnel and understand where are the biggest drop-offs in the customer journey, right? So first of all, we get all of the data from your brand, put it into this software, into this data intelligence software. And then in the second step, we can also benchmark your data points against all of the data from the over 200 brands that we've put into the software already, which is pretty great because it really helps us not only analyze the data from you, but also consolidate it and benchmark it against all of the other brands in the space. So we can really get a good understanding of potentials and of how you're competing in terms of KPIs. So this solution really enables us to conduct a holistic data analysis and attain a deep target audience understanding. So leveraging AI, leveraging software like these is really crucial to efficiently manage customer data and getting a deep understanding of the target audience and market. So by using this, we can quickly process large volumes of data, segment customers based on their behavior and preferences, and uncover hidden patterns and trends. So this leads to a comprehensive and data-driven understanding of your target audience, which enables you to tailor your marketing and product strategies to better resonate with customers. And additionally, we can also combine this with the data and insights from marketing, for example, to get even deeper insights into user motivation. I've also linked a case study of how we did this for the Udi, worked together on this brand with my good friend Marin that you can see. Also highly recommend you watching this video. So I've linked a bunch of resources for the buyer persona analysis that you can find here of how we utilize different AI tools, for example, to analyze target audience, analyze the target audience, do a deep dive into this, and then also get a good buyer persona brief, right? Where we then have a really, really good understanding of the buyer persona, right? What you can see here, this really, really works amazing. So again, I've given you all of the SOPs here. You can literally use this for yourself. And yeah, I've also collected some more resources for you basically a checklist for low-hanging fruits, and then also a bunch of audits that we did for different brands, just so you can have a look at this. Just quickly have to do this. So this is basically the low-hanging fruits checklist. You can just do a copy of this and just go through your homepage and all of the pages and check which of these apply to you, so you have a good understanding of what you have to do on your pages, right? This is a good one. And then secondly, all of these audits that we did for these different brands, right? Just combined a bunch of brands, what you can see here, where we basically did an audit of the biggest leverage activities for these brands that you can also have a scroll through and just, yeah, check out, which is going to be also super helpful for you. You can find all of these here. So let's have a quick look at a case study from Stera. Stera is a brand that's doing over 35 million per year in the Singaporean market with these products. Super interesting brand. And basically they came to us, the founder Chris came to us because he noticed a huge decline in conversion rates for a longer period of time, which you can see here in the screenshot, the conversion rate over the time span of almost a year from end of 2022 going into end of 2023. And at the beginning of working together, we carried out a deep data analysis and found that the brand basically had a strong increase in traffic at the same time as the marketing measures on TikTok started. In this screenshot, you can see here at the top in blue, basically the traffic mixture, right? And the users per source. And you can see that the amount of TikTok traffic increased massively over time. And then when we broke down not only the traffic per source, but also the transactions by traffic source, we discovered that the number of transactions for TikTok, which is again the blue line here at the bottom, was super low. So over this period, they did 750 sales from TikTok with over 2 million TikTok users. So the conversion rate for TikTok was 0.04%, which is really bad. And at this moment, TikTok's share of orders was 0.6%. But due to the huge share in traffic that we can see here, the overall conversion rate looked pretty bad. So based on this data, we can say that the decrease in overall conversion rate was due to an increase in traffic on TikTok, which was converting really poorly. So if we look at the conversion rate without users from TikTok, we see that the average conversion rate was super stable at around 1.2%. What we then also did is we checked out the conversion rate of the other traffic channels in order to make recommendations. So for example, you can see that direct users convert the best with a conversion rate of 3.94%. And Google also had a pretty strong conversion rate at 1.66%, at least for the average order value that they have. So basically the result was that they were able to transfer the inefficient ad spend of over $140,000 per month from TikTok marketing efforts to much better performing acquisition channel Google. So this capital efficient allocation of advertising budget is often a fundamental part of the initial big data intelligence campaign that we do with our clients in the initial audit, as we can match and consolidate the data points of over $4 billion in revenue from all of our customers. And this allows us to really make these types of targeted recommendations and ensure that, for example, the ad spend is used with the greatest probability of success. The second step is then full funnel conversion optimization. So in the second step, we hypothesize iterations to create a state-of-the-art customer experience. Basically, we identify bottlenecks along the customer journey and craft zero iterations to maximize conversions at every stage of the funnel. And the outcome of this is that we solve the biggest problems and the biggest leverage activities first and have a collection of zero iterations with improved design, copywriting, ready to be beta tested. What we see with most online stores is they have great products. Most visitors are also interested in the products and would benefit from the products, but unfortunately, the site doesn't manage to convince the visitors of the added value of the product because the copy does not address the visitors, the site does not match the products in terms of design, or the site makes it unnecessarily difficult for the visitor to interact with it and get to the destination. Your competitors with inferior products convince potential customers with appealing designs and at the same time can retrieve higher prices. So optimizing copy and UX to UI allows you to attract customers cheaper and make more profit with them because you have a message match. Consistent and appealing design strengthens brand image. You have potential for brand ambassadors to appear who will represent the brand, and you have higher market capitalization. Great example of this is the side example for the Audi, where we did a huge page redesign. And you can also see the whole case study here, but just on the first look, you can see that this page where we did the redesign has a way, way better first impression for the user and really, really convinces them to buy. The main problem is that most brand owners make changes on the website just by copying what competitors do or based on their own gut feeling or preferences without really knowing what impact the changes will have. They invest into resources or implement arbitrary changes and cannot properly analyze the impact of the changes after. While what you really should be doing is target group analysis is used to roughly determine which user segments are attracted to the store through marketing, and based on the target group analysis and the behavior patterns with the highest conversion rate probability are determined and tested. Through the test results, you then determine the actual performance of the behavior patterns of the target groups. So why do your customers buy? What is their main motive? What are their pain points? And what do we need to do to persuade them to buy? We take a closer look at the pages and define the initial ideas for the A/B test. So we then compare this with the data and analysis we have done. So here, what you can see is we basically just write down all of these CRO hypotheses. And again, I've linked the resource here for you, which you can basically use to write down all of the hypotheses. Meaning, what we do here is we combine the data intelligence with consumer psychology to create conversion optimization iterations. The deep target audience understanding achieved through AI-powered data analysis forms the basis for optimizing the entire customer journey. At this stage, we combine all of the quantitative and qualitative data points and use scientifically based methods to get a deep understanding about the most important factor of the customer, which is why they buy. So two of the many tools are depicted below that we use, for example, the Motive Compass and Limbic Map. Here are videos, training modules of our internal training program that break these down, explain them, that you can see here on Loom. Basically, what they do is they give you a good understanding of what are the main decision-making hormones and how to really trigger your prospects to buy. The second most important factor is why your prospects don't buy. So what keeps them from buying? Based on the data, you can derive their fears, uncertainties, and doubts. And this tells you how you need to position the product for the highest conversion possible. And it also tells you which psychological triggers to use with the target audience. Here I've basically linked another resource that you can see with a lot of different psychological triggers, which you can see here on the left-hand side. Good example for this, let's say we have a brand that sells gut health supplements. Their target group is women from 40 to 70 years old in the menopause. And what you can see here in this graph is that based on the different age brackets for women, a different value for them is very far ahead. Things like security, well-being, happiness, and family come into play for older women 40 to 70 years old. For women aged 20 to 30, which you can see in this first age bracket here, is they are more driven by dopamine and testosterone, right? It's a completely different story. They want to go out, they want to make party, they want to find guys and all of this shit. And then basically later, the decision-making hormones for all of their decisions switches to be driven more by balance, right? So not really stimulation or dominance, but rather balance. So this is super, super interesting. Accordingly, the copywriting, design, everything on your landing pages really must be geared toward this. The visual language also does. So what you can see here is a great example for this gut health supplement from the visual imagery and also the whole copywriting and everything that really talks and is tailored to this target audience that is older. Another great example from this skincare brand. Here we found through research and data analysis that the exact messaging that resonates with the target audience, and we also found the most effective psychological trigger for this age bracket, which were the younger females, was social proof. So based on this information, we updated the homepage with a value proposition that spoke directly to the target audience's desire. We included social proof in the form of customer testimonials and reviews, which help build trust and credibility with potential customers. This is what you can see on the right-hand side. We have the value proposition here, we have social proof, and then we have a bunch of images from happy customers. We then go through this process of analyzing data streams and combining them with consumer psychology over and over and over again. We then deliver them to our copywriting and design team to get every conversion optimization hypothesis created. So what you can see is we always take a screenshot of the page, what it is now, desktop, mobile, and then we do the changes. In this case, for the product page, we wanted to create an upsell and cross-sell option to increase the average order value. With our grading system, we then analyze which of all of these conversion optimization hypotheses have the greatest probability for success. So we measure these hypotheses against 10 KPIs, which you can see here. And then on the second page, and then we measured them against all of these KPIs to give them a rating. And then the ones that get the highest rating have the highest probability for success. So even before anything goes live, we already know that it's super likely to be successful. The outcome of this step is that we have a roadmap with which we specifically target the biggest leverage activities at the beginning. So you can just see some more examples. For example, for the home page, improve the above the fold, or for the product page, we basically did a whole redesign of the product page, what you can see here. So 2 case studies here where we basically implemented the biggest leverage activities in the beginning. First one, Truly Free Home, great brand, where they basically sell these organic products, non-toxic, chemical-free products for basically doing laundry and everything at home. And Alex Brown is the CEO. Before he were the CEO had Truly Free, he was the founder of the viral brand Dollar Beard Club, which you may remember. And now with Truly Free, they're doing over $25 million per year in America, and they're completely revolutionizing the household market. And he approached us in summer last year because the brand had a big problem, meaning despite good turnover, good margins and everything, profitability still was really low, and they had a lot of struggles scaling on Meta because the CPA was too high compared to conversion and average order value. So what we did is, based on the code-friendly offer that I talked about in the beginning, build a new offer that would really give us a complete competitive advantage, which was basically a low-priced offer that no one else could really imitate, because if you look at it from the outside, it's like not worth it, and at the same time, it has a high level of response from the target audience. So how does it work? Basically, we build a funnel where we promote a product in the front end for $9 plus shipping, and for everyone that has ever advertised on Facebook, you know that you can really difficult, if at all, scale a $9 product on Facebook because the click prices are too expensive. The secret trick with this was the whole upsell funnel in the backend, which means that we ended up with an average order value of around $45 with a $9 subscription. And the whole case is very worthwhile with a CPA of $34. So here you can have a look at the funnel with basically all of the upsells. The Facebook ad creatives basically look like this, so it just looks like a $9 product. This is the landing page. You buy the product for $9, but then after buying, you have all of these one-time offers and upsells, so you end up with $35 to $45 and a $9 subscription. And this enabled us to build a new profitable acquisition channel for Truly Free, which really generates a lot of new customers every single day. Second case study, No Misk. You've probably seen this case study before. It went viral on all of the socials because we helped this brand scale from 0 to over $10 million in their first year. I've also put the link to the whole case study here in this document, which you can see, right, breaking everything down. And the main aspect of this successful scale up were dedicated funnels and landing pages that were designed to match the advertisement. So like a really congruent funnel from ad to landing page to the product page. And this went completely crazy. So let's get into the third activity, rapid conversion optimization testing approach. The last thing we do is we set up a scientific testing process to build a state-of-the-art customer journey with the highest conversion probability and order value. Basically, the most important things for a successful improvement and to maximize conversions in AOV is basically how quickly and how well can you deliver new test ideas in your campaigns. This is super similar to creative testing, where you have to have a high testing velocity and you have to have a solid testing success. So basically, you have to maximize the quantity output of ideas, and you have to make sure that every single idea is the highest quality possible. Right now, most store owners or CRO agencies are super whack just because they don't really know the right testing process to get reliable results. they use the wrong methodologies, they don't really get results. If they have any form of results, it doesn't even have statistical significance, and they don't follow the correct statistical SOPs, meaning all of the results are not reliable. This leads to founders wasting valuable resources on unreliable A/B tests, and most testing process from CRO freelancers or agencies don't generate reliable data. I've linked 2 1-hour internal masterclasses that my CEO himself recorded, talking about how to analyze data and really make sure that you have valid data that you can rely on with your A/B test that you can see here. So basically what we do is we set up a proper conversion optimization ideation program to ensure success. With our approach, we can get the maximum out of the test and uplift, and we generate reliable results that the customer can rely on and also make informed decisions for the business based on. At the same time, we learn more about the target audience through reliable results. We do implement 2 systems for this. To ensure quantity, we set up a testing machine. So we have a structured process that I just went through in the before, where we can test countless iterations every month with efficient time expenditure. And to ensure quality, we have a scientific testing process. This means that we break down exactly which iterations work and meticulously analyze why. We record all of these processes, and our team dynamically adapts the entire CRO process to these insights. Here's the thing, it's super easy to go on any website and create 100 ideas. That's not difficult. But having a data-driven process in place that combines your data streams with consumer psychology that delivers CRO ideas with the highest probability of success, that's the clue. And we record this in the process, and our team constantly adapts the entire conversion optimization dynamically to these insights. Here you can see high-level overview of how the team works together at every single stage to make sure that this happens. And the more we test, the more we learn and increase resonance with your prospects. Based on the performance of the behavior patterns, we get to know the target audience even better and increase the probability of winning future tests as we learn more and more about what works and what doesn't work for the target audience. We have an upward spiral in the feedback, because the more we test, the better we understand the target audience, the better the test results become, the faster the performance of the store increases. So just to give you one quick example. Here we ran a test for Coconut Beauty in the cart drawer where we added an upsell in the cart drawer. This upsell worked really, really well. It increased over 20% the additional revenue, and it also shows that we had less cart abandonments. So what we did based on that is we also designed an upsell for the checkout, right? So this is just one example where when you have a winning test, based on that you can come up with new tests that will also have a high chance of winning. And this, for example, also went on to become a successful test. And then at the end of the day, you have a better alignment with ads and keywords, because over time you can really match what your target audience is looking for in terms of consistent messaging, designs, and keywords, and this increases the relevance for your customers. Just to show you some case studies, high level, of what the accelerated growth model and especially this testing process does. Here, Ignacy Faust from Coconut Beauty, have been working with them for over 2 years. In the first 12 months of working together, this accelerated growth model got them over 2.4 million in additional revenue, which is why you also said that he's super happy, and especially in the first 2 months already, we added $500,000 to his bottom line. With all of these testimonials, all of the case studies, they are all publicly available on the website where you can check them out. Naturtreu, another brand that we've been working with for almost 2 years now, right? Here's the founder, Alex. In the first 12 months, we got them over $1.9 million in additional revenue from the accelerated growth model in CRO testing. Another example is Kinobody, Gregory Ogelica. You can see here, in the first 12 months, we made them over 1.1 million in additional revenue. Sassy Classy, big German fashion brand, we got them over 2.2 million in the first 6 months of working together. Colibri Skincare, Melanie Becker, who you can see here, in the first 6 months, we increased their revenue by $1.3 million. Paul Nicholas from Aussie Mozzie, also a great case, helped him really improve the funnel efficiency and everything so he could exit the business. Here I've just a lot of more results from that I took a screenshot earlier from our tool. Beauty brand is doing 50 million per year. In the first 6 months, we got them over 4.6 million in additional revenue. We have a huge supplement brand that's doing over 100 million per year. In the first 6 months, we did over 20 tests, every third thing that we pushed live on the website outperformed the control, and we made them over 8 million in the first 6 months. Another supplement brand that's doing 25 million per year. In the first 3 months, we ended over 20 tests, where also every third test outperformed the control. We made them over $1.2 million in revenue. We have a watch brand from Germany that's doing 50 million per year. In the first 6 months of working together, we had over 30 tests that we ran, did over 6.1 million in additional revenue. And here, almost every second thing that we pushed live outperformed the website. We have a children toys brand doing 10 million per year. In the first 6 months, we made them another $435,000. We have a female wellness brand that's doing 10 million per year. In the first year of working together, we made them 2.8 million in revenue. We have an accessory brand doing 10 million per year. In the first 1.5 years of working together, we made them 2.2 million in revenue. We have a home material brand that just recently started working with us, also doing 10 million per year. And in the first 3 months, we already made them over $100,000 in additional revenue. So I can just go on and on and on. I have hundreds of these cases, but I also don't want to bore you with them. At the bottom of this document, I also have them linked, and you can also see them on the website. The reality check is that you can either use everything, all of the SOPs, all of the trainings that I have in this document. I literally gave you the step-by-step approach, but you will go through a costly trial and error period because you've never done it before. Or what you can do is you can buy into an unfair advantage and get the exact roadmap, the exact systems that have been validated from over 200 brands from us. At the end of the day, for you as the founder, it comes down to two things. You want to make money and you want to fulfill your vision. And we, as a firm, are there to serve you in helping to reach both and reach them quicker. There's a definite fast track to success. And if you want to get this fast track and work with us, you can book a demo session here. Again, you can implement all of this alone. I've given you all of the tools, all of the SOPs, all of the resources, but this will be a way costlier, way longer, way less successful way, mostly due to lack of insights or trying to do it in the wrong order, right? So if you want to work with a firm that has been doing this for over 200 times, with the biggest 8 and 9 figure brands worldwide. Again, you've seen all of the testimonials, you've seen all of the case studies, you've seen all of the brands in the beginning that we work with. All of these brands and many, many more come out to us to really work with someone that has done this hundreds of times before them and just basically take the shortcut to success. So I would really suggest you to click on this link, schedule a demo session with us, and talk to me and my team to figure out how we can work together. For the brands that decide to work with us, what they get is maximized efficiency, better profitability, higher scalability, and more enterprise value. The compound effect of everything that we've went through and the repeated rapid conversion optimization sprints is that you have maximized conversion rates, maximized average order value, which leads to an overall higher revenue per user, which leads to you increasing your ad ROI, meaning more scalability. You're also going to have a better customer journey where more customers turn into brand advocates, meaning positive word of mouth and more brand recognition. So everything that we do continuously impacts your scalability and your bottom line profits, which is also why brands like Coconut Beauty or Kino Body have been with us for over 2 years. Everything that I've went through, the way that our offer works is we get all of this 100% hands off for you with a full stack team. What you can see here is that we have these teams of 6 people that execute every single step 100% for you end to end. We decided to take every single skill set that we need to perform the accelerated growth model and build it into an in-house team. We then modeled this team structure after the Navy SEALs team structure, where they can autonomously perform without needing external resources. So basically, we can plug this 6-people team to any organization, independent on what roles they have in-house, and this whole process, this whole growth model is completely executed from this team. You basically just need one person to manage the team and sign off on what we want to do, and that's everything that you need to do from your side. And this one person will need 6 to 8 hours per month, and that's it. Everything in terms of the execution is being handled by this team. You can see we have an account manager who takes care of the strategy, the team, and the project management. We have a data scientist who just takes care of the data tracking, setup, identifying opportunities. We have a conversion specialist who is in charge of the CRO program, of the strategy and also of the copywriting. We have a UX UI designer who just designs everything that you've seen, the landing pages, the A/B tests, and makes everything pixel perfect. We have a web developer who sets up all of these experiments, builds the landing pages, and then we also have a quality assurance person who basically checks that everything is working fine on all devices. So as you can see, this 6-people team can do everything. Just a couple of frequently asked questions. I'm gonna go through them. What exactly is your offer? We are a conversion rate optimization firm for 8-figure e-commerce brands, and we help our clients incorporate everything and much more mentioned that was mentioned in this thesis. We help our clients solve big data intelligence, create custom high-converting sales funnels, maximize conversions and AOV, and improve their marketing efficiency and increase their bottom line profits, which results in the highest enterprise value that you can achieve. You may ask yourself, hey, this document was the whole process of how to go from 10 to 25 million per year. Is this also suitable for me if I'm already at 25 million per year or bigger with my brand? Yes, at this level, over 25, 50 million per year, you are our absolute dream customer. Everything is in place. You're already at a really solid scale, and now it's time to really scale and hit those big numbers, mid 8 figures, high 8 figures, or even 9 figures. So for you, maximizing the efficiency and KPIs of every single part of the business is extremely important, which is also why customers like Weische, Holzscanner, Tourtreu, or even brands that already do over 200 million per year like AG1 or Huel are coming to us to squeeze out every single bit of performance of their conversion KPIs. Another question I also get a lot of times: can I work with you guys if I'm at the beginning? Can I work with you if I'm starting out, if I'm doing 100K a month, 200K a month, or low 7 figures? Answer: we explicitly do not work with brands that are just starting out, as capital market authorization are still questionable. Our requirement is an 8-figure yearly run rate or at least $500,000 per month in revenue with a really clear growth trajectory. We are a premium high-end solution for the top 1% of the market and don't want to dilute our service with cheaper options. If you're not yet at this level, our content that you can find online and on the YouTube channel serves the sole purpose of getting you to the level where working with us becomes possible. What's the catch? The catch is that all of the results you see online and on this page and in this document results from companies that were suitable for collaboration. For every success story that you see, there are an average of 5 rejection and 5 disappointments from brands that were unfortunately too small or that we couldn't work with, right? This is exactly why we have a huge list of requirements with every appointment booking, and every demo call includes a qualifying component to see if not only from the revenue size, but also a lot of other hard factors that a partnership makes sense and that we are 100% sure that we can bring massive added value. What is the success rate? What is the return on investment? Speaking with full transparency, our success rate is at 90%. The failures are almost exclusively due to customers in the first year of the business model, meaning in 2021 and 2022, because we worked with brands that were not 100% a perfect fit, and this is also why now we are so strict. So the only real failure that is still occurring is due to customer inaction, not giving us what we need or not really working on what we agreed on. And in any partnership that we have, we guarantee a minimum 3x return on investment. How long will the business relationship last? Many of our customers have been working with us for several years. Every quarter we define the most important current focus and then work together to find a solution. And we usually start with new brands in 90-day sprints to define the next milestones. What differentiates you from competitor, whatever? Most agencies, freelancers, coaching companies out there have isolated solutions for specific use cases. They build a landing page, they do A/B testing, they do an audit, they do UX UI design, they do copywriting, whatever it is. And we, with the accelerated growth model, we believe that the time of isolated solutions is over and a holistic approach is the future, which is why we've built our service the way that it is. A question that I also get a lot is, why do you give all of your content for free? What do we get from working together with you? Basically, I was always following Alex Hormozi's motto of give away the information, sell the implementation. We don't really want to keep our SOPs, trainings, procedures a secret, right? I reveal everything that we do. Everything that we can share, we share. And the direct application, the competence, and the experience is only valuable from us. So beyond that, as you probably know, knowledge alone doesn't bring anything. It's really about the individual adaptation to the concrete use case and being able to individualize all of the knowledge, all of the SOPs, all of the blueprints and frameworks to the individual use case. So if you want to take the fast track to success in applying all of this, come to us. Can you talk to some of our customers? Yes, generally you can, but out of respect for our clients' time and privacy, we only give out their contact information to prospects who meet our requirements in a demo call. And if you've spoken with us, everything fits. And then after that, and you really want to work together, you just want to speak to some references, we're able to make contact for maximum transparency. However, we need a clear commitment because we don't want to give those to time wasters, and we really appreciate our clients' time and privacy. So here, click on this link to the demo, schedule a demo session with us to really see how we can work together and how we can help you maximize conversion, scale further, and more profitable. Just some more references, I'm gonna just link them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but if you want to check out third-party interviews, if you want to check out my socials, if you want to check out the website, or even if you want to see more case studies, I've just put them at the end of the document. Again, I will link this down in the video description below. Hope you enjoyed this, and then see you soon.